J'zargo is a male Khajiit student at the Mages College in Winterhold. After joining the college by completing the first Lessons quest, you find him practicing spells in the Hall of Elements during the day, or the Courtyard and Hall of Attainment in the afternoon. Getting him as a follower is simple. He asks you for help testing scrolls on the undead, which begins the quest J'zargo's Experiment. If you have Dead Thrall, you can use a Vampire Thrall to complete this very quickly. Use your scroll on the Thrall, kill it, re-thrall it. Every time you reanimate the vampire it counts, so you can easily get 2 of the 3 with a single scroll cast. Now you need to be careful because the Flame Cloak scroll will damage anything nearby. It will injure and provoke guards, citizens, and other friendly NPCs. If you don't have a Vampire Thrall, you can simply use this on skeletons or Draugr in your normal questing. There are skeletons nearby in the Midden under the college if you have not already cleared them out. Another place is the Hall of the Dead in Whiterun, which has 3 skeletons that are easily accessible. Once you've used the scroll on 3 undead, return to J'zargo to complete the quest, and he is now willing to join you as a follower. J'zargo is a mage follower that heavily favors destruction over everything else. His starting gear set is a typical robe, cloth boots, and a novice hood. I've linked my guide on how to upgrade followers' equipment in the description. If you've seen it, you know this means that he'll equip any piece of light or heavy armor that you want to give him. He will continue to prefer his default gear set over any items without armor rating unless you use the pickpocket method listed in the guide. J'zargo's light armor skill is very low, but his heavy armor skill maxes out at 100, so he'll perform best wearing heavy. He's also unique in that he's the only follower that can level all the way up to 81 with you. The better followers stop at level 50, so J'zargo is a very special case. If you're still leveling up, you will need to Wabbajack him frequently to force his skills to increase. See my guide on that trick, which is also in the description. At level 81, J'zargo has the highest stats of all followers, weighing in at 717 health and 450 magicka, with 100 skill in one hand, heavy armor, destruction, restoration, and illusion. J'zargo should be the most powerful follower in the game. Now let me show you why he isn't. The first problem is his limited knowledge of spells. Unlike other mage followers that expand their spellbook when leveling, J'zargo uses only Firebolt, Ice Spike, Lightning Bolt, and Sparks for offensive damage. He will use Steadfast Ward when taking too much damage defensively. Unfortunately of those spells, J'zargo will always choose Sparks whenever he's in range. You can give him 1000 damage one-hand weapon and he will still choose to cast his 21 damage spell in nearly every situation. Now when out of Sparks range, you will see him use the others I listed, but those are limited to dragons flying high in the air or at really long distances when he's first engaging. He also has heavy mage AI, which means his amazing armor rating and health do not get put to use because he avoids being attacked. He will try to keep himself at a distance from every single encounter. Potentially the best tank in the game, J'zargo has no faith in himself and leaves the warrior role up to you. Now I tried several things. I gave him staves, bows, arrows, one-hand, two-hand weapons. At higher levels, Sparks will never drain his magicka supply, so the only time you're going to see him pull out a weapon is if he takes enough lightning damage to completely drain him. Those cases are far too uncommon to consider keeping him around for other uses. J'zargo has so much potential, but ends up being a major disappointment. If you're wanting a mage follower, there are far better choices out there. Now let me know if you disagree and why in the comments. I asked you guys if you wanted more of this series in my first video on Annekke, and so far the feedback has been fairly positive. If you want more videos on followers, keep letting me know which ones you want to see.